Well, the rain has mostly passed us by, I think. 40 degrees out here. Of course, I'm focusing on the windshield. Let's see if I can get that better. Nice little ambulance. Hopefully they're not going to a car wreck caused by people driving too fast or something. Thought I'd shoot a little video here off the front. Show the lovely morning here. Rained pretty nice all night long. Worked over 10 hours on my route yesterday at the post office. On my way back to the office, and they had me stop and go help this other guy. Ended up working till after 8 o'clock last night. It was really starting to pour down after about 5, 6 o'clock. Really cold. Felt bad for the guy I went to help. I don't know why he didn't have some better rain gear. I wish I would have had some, like a nice extra dry shirt or something to offer him. Give him one of my rain jackets. This young guy just got out of the army a few years back. Came to spend the rest of his life now with us at the post office. I thought he would be better prepared and more squared away as an army guy with inclement weather. But coming down here, the one Starbucks where I used to always go over closer to my house, Monday was their last day. And now they're moving to a new location. But I don't know if this current location is actually open yet. Apparently not. Okay. I guess they haven't got that one up and running yet, but I guess that's their new location. It's an interesting little area here. They've got Chipotle, Panera. I think this is the Panera. The Panera used to be down on across the other side of the intersection, but I guess they're moving over here now. Oh no, wait, this is First Watch, breakfast, brunch, and lunch. But they're really improving this little area in here. Yeah, okay, Panera, right there. A little bit more modern design store than their other one. A little bit more open and not as dark. And then Chipotle. Well, I was going to stop here at the Starbucks, but I didn't realize that they're not actually functional here yet. Anyways, I'll tune back in when I find a place to stop. Cane's, the chicken place. Okay, what is it, Raising Cane's? Yeah. So this is the new exciting stuff we have coming into Altamont Springs here. People hard at work. I would be hard at work today, except my knee is all screwed up, and I really jarred my back a couple of times yesterday. Going up to deliver parcels at houses on that other route that I was helping out. Nothing I hate more than those little 2, 3 inch step downs off of a porch that you don't know are there. And my knee was already about to give out and my back was already hurting. And you stepped on thinking you're going on level ground, and next thing you know your foot is falling, you really jar your back. But my knee keeps wanting to give out on me a little bit at unexpected times, so giving that a rest today. I'm taking a little tour here of Altamont. Cruising down this way a little bit. I know there's a Starbucks further down the road. That's a nice new little area there in Altamont Springs. windshield wipers are too hard, making noise. Tijuana flats, I like them. So we're getting a little bit more of a heavier rain again now. Got the Lechonera there. We used to go to the one in Altamont all the time. I mean, Apopka all the time. Wawa, McDonald's. Well, here we are, stopped at the one other Starbucks. I don't know if I'm actually getting anything to drink here or not. We'll see. Might go and hang out for a while. But yeah, I actually was making a little video yesterday morning. And I was running a little late anyways though, and then I started coughing, and I thought I'll just get back to that some other time. I'd take a little cruise here this morning though, show you a little bit of Altamont Springs in the rain. But I was thinking lately about this one place where we used to hang out in Manila. Some of my wife's relatives, I think one of her aunts, their family, managed this little hotel, I think for probably like 30 years or so in Manila. And first time I went to the airport with my driver, my buddy Mario from the one hotel where I used to stay. We went out to the airport to pick up my wife when she flew over from Mindanao. But her aunt, a couple of her relatives met her there at the airport, and we dropped them off at their hotel there on the way back, and after taking my wife back to our hotel. And it was in Baclaran, pretty nice little place off of these one side street off of Rojas Boulevard. And it was pretty nice. It was one of those, kind of a small place. I'm not sure, maybe 3-4 stories high at the most. Maybe only 3, I can't remember now exactly. But just a small place. And one of those things, you step out the lobby onto the street, you got a little tiny sidewalk there with people trying to cut by, get around the traffic on their scooters, try to make sure you don't get run over. But it was a fun little place. I liked it compared to some of those real big, huge places. It wasn't really more of a a place for tourists and foreigners, but I think it was mostly a place where you see Filipinos for the most part. And we would spend a lot of time there, especially say we'd go back over to Manila for a day or 2, 3 days, whatever. Sometimes before I flew back over to America, and we would hang out there. They had the one room we used to get, some little bit bigger room, had a separate CR with shower and everything. It was a pretty nice little room that we used to get a lot. And then when my wife, before she moved over here, she stayed with them whenever she was getting her medical stuff done at St. Luke's and all that, and going for her interview at the consulate and waiting for her visa and her passport and all of that. She hung out there with them. I think they actually lived, or had a house down in Cavite somewhere. But of course they had some quarters there in the hotel where they lived. And they managed that place. But it was a nice little place. I don't know why lately I've been thinking about that. That was nice little place to hang out. And of course it made it nice because, I got her family there and everything. So it's just a a comfortable environment, and everybody, you know, worked there knew her and took good care of us and stuff. So, you know, that's always nice. But people have their own little secret places sometimes where they like to hang out that not everybody else knows about. I know this one person commented on one of my videos a while back talking about how his, you know, has these secret places that he's learned, and doesn't want to spoil it by telling people where they are and having it overrun by foreigners and vloggers. But, you know, we're not all bad. It is nice, though, when you have a place like that where you can just kind of feel like it's a little bit of a sanctuary. Some of the other bigger hotels, I've got some places where we used to love hanging out, like in Cebu and whatever. I had the one place I used to like hanging out, actually not too far from the consulate in Manila, right there on Rojas Boulevard, and you go back down some of the side streets, walk over to the Robinsons, not too far away from there. What was it, the Robinsons Galleria or whatever? I really liked that place. I used to like hanging out there. Take a little cab ride over to the Mall of Asia, that area. I really like that area of Manila. It feels nice over there. I think the thing I really like about it, in comparison to, you know, like some of these other places, you know, in BGC and stuff like that, where you're more surrounded on all sides by the city. When you're over there, where you can look out your window and see the water and see the ocean, and it doesn't feel like you're just hemmed in on all sides by the city. So I think that's what I kind of like about that part of Manila. When you're right out there, a little more open. I don't know, I just feels a little better in some ways. Not to say there aren't other parts of the city that are very, you know, nice and fun to be in, but man, anywhere you get back in there, you want to go somewhere, one of those other places, you might as well figure on spending like 2 hours to get there with all the traffic. I never really explored their rapid transit options. I know the one place we were, which I forget what mall it was now, you know, sit there at the Vikings buffet, look out the window and see the little, you know, tram train going by. I don't know really what the options are like in Manila as far as their rapid transit or public transportation, how effective or efficient it is at really getting you to where you want to go. I think it's probably kind of limited options on that. But anyways, no real point to this video, just reminiscing about that little place. I liked it. I like that area there in Baclaran, where you got, you know, the big church and all that. Went there with my wife. First couple of days she was with me there in Manila before we went back over to Mindanao. I think the first night we went over to the Mall of Asia, met her brother who was living in Manila at the time, and then we went over to the ocean park the one next day. You know, it was kind of fun those first few days there in Manila, but some of those places you just get a soft spot for them in your heart, especially if you got fond memories, you know. So yeah, that's all I'm thinking about, just reminiscing, enjoying the rainy day today. Though I think the rain's going to pass us by soon. Since I'm not working today, I guess I don't really care about that much. But just going to chill today. Pop some more pills for my knee, my shoulder. I got my osteoarthritis in my shoulder. That was kind of bothering me. Oh well, that's what happens when you're old. I'm not that old, at least I don't feel that old, but there are some days where it gets you. Those are the days where you do feel like it's time to pull the plug and retire, especially when you work for 12 and a half hours. I am not a fan of that anymore.